Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, those in between or undecided, welcome to the Metroid Prime weekly randomizer races on this 4th of July, a national holiday for you people over in the Americas. It's me, TGC, the Ginger Chris here, and I'm joined by my co-commentator, Captain MD. How you doing?
I am doing fantastic. It has been a good 4th of July, a little bit on the cloudier side, and it hasn't stopped raining all weekend until today, but nevertheless, we are in the mood for some good Prime Randomizer racing. It will be a good one. What are you hoping to see today with these odd settings?
So considering we've got Thardis in the seed hash, I'm hoping Thardis has something tasty for us.
How about Thardis
So,
having Spider Ball? Both names are in the seed hash.
ooh, Vanilla Spider, now that would be very exciting.
Actually, wouldn't that
Very
be a point of
exciting.
no return thing, or does Grapple Beam let you deal with that?
If you've got Grapple Beam coming in from the back, I think it might be fine. Uh, I'm not 100% sure actually on that one, because I don't know whether that falls into the weekly settings.
Well, there's only one way to find out for sure.
Yeah.
And it looks like we've gotten the green light in the race time room. Timers are starting to go down.
Yep, the runners are getting off. So we've got Mighty Caesar 37 versus Robo Scout. I'm not 100% sure as the last time Caesar was on the weekly races himself. I think he's taken a little bit of a hiatus as of late, but hopefully he gives us a good showing. Robo, obviously, we've seen a good few times as of late. So fingers crossed the two runners give us an exciting race.
It looks like Mighty Caesar's timer had failed to start, or something or other. But we'll figure that out as we go along.
Yep. Robo having a little bit of a hiccup on the space jump first dash. Bombs in alcove. Okay.
All right, so early bombs is nice. That's grapple beam under the ship. They're probably going to want to get that as soon as they come back to check hints. It'll make life a little easier later. Space jump is late to the party, especially.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like we're just waiting for the sync up.
Yeah, we switched runners mid setup, so that might have thrown off the sync a little bit, but that'll sort itself out in about 15 seconds.
Yep. So we have Op82 on tracking for both of our runners this week. Give a shout out to Op while he does
Indeed.
all the clicky button stuff. So chat, tell us what kind of horror stories are you looking forward to? What kind of stuff are you wanting to see from this?
Well, I saw missiles on grapple ledge, so it looks like grapple beam right off the bat isn't going to be too significant. Missed vault ledge, though.
Yeah, I missed Vault Ledge as well. We'll see it when Robo passes through.
Yeah, as far as skill level, both of these runners are absolutely well versed in prime movement and rando, so they both will put on a fantastic show for you here this week. That is an artifact in Vault Ledge, and it looked like an energy tank in Ruin Nursery.
So I'm expecting this to be a bit of a road seed. I have a feeling what's going to happen here is it's going to be Morph Ball at Zoid, not Zoid, at Hive Totem, and then they're expected to go back to landing site for the grapple beam to then get. Oh no, the first missiles are vanilla.
We could still have Morph Ball right back here. Oh, Plasma Beam. That's an interesting choice.
That is a very interesting start.
So a nice early Plasma Beam. With Grapple nearby, I actually would suspect Arbor Chamber.
Yeah, it's shaping up that way. All we need is space jump for that to fall
Space,
in.
Space jump and logically X-ray visor, but even then, that's probably right around the corner. I would wager that's in transport tunnel B. Or it could have just been chilling right there in Ruined Gallery in the tunnel.
Could be,
Unfortunately, we don't
yeah.
have Morph Ball to get it.
Well, runners are probably going to go back to Artifact Temple at this point with their first load of missiles.
I think that's actually all we really can do with this equipment.
Outside of
'Cause
the transport tunnel, and that's about it, yeah.
yeah, we've got the transport tunnel, and yeah, that's an artifact on Vault Ledge. So that's one artifact that we can actually rule out. So one of them is going to be in Main Plaza, conveniently. Mighty Caesar dealing with some of the worst enemies in Chozo Ruins.
Scarabs. Why is it always scarabs?
I think that is a ball upgrade. Oh no, it's an energy
Well, no,
tank.
it's just a E-tank.
It's
Right,
color
so
close.
Caesar's going to demonstrate some no space jump techniques here to get out of... Oh, and pulls it off beautifully.
Well done.
That is a trick that I myself have still to learn. I can't get the placement right.
Yeah, admittedly, I'm not nearly as familiar with Prime 1 mechanics as Echoes, so to that I defer to you on that.
The standable there is very, very awkward due to the limited influence the game can imposes on you. So if you end up standing on the wrong part of the route, you just fall straight off. There's no recovery because you can't jump. Whereas in
GameCube,
Echoes, if you get a bit slidey, you can still get your jump to recover.
GameCube Prime Collision, folks. If it looks like you can stand on it, you can stand on it.
So Robo's heading to Root Cave, going to do a nosy downstairs and see what there is.
Interestingly, as Chad points out, in the race time room, Uncle Reggie had said, may your plasma beam be in a moderately uncomfortable position. I wouldn't call behind Hive Totem moderately uncomfortable. Alright, what is down here? It is Morph Ball.
Okay, so that now puts Grapple into Logic. That'll be a nice easy pickup.
That gives us Grapple. That gives us the item on the right side of Ruined Shrine. It gives us the other Ruined Gallery item. Beetles!
We may see players, depending... the players can logically now get the item at Frigate Crash Site as well with Grapple.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, that's wide open right now. I suspect they checked that after Artifact Temple, if not right before. But it's going to get probably routed in. This is probably the most convenient time to check it.
Yeah.
Uncle Reggie just says, okay, it'll just be Ice Beam Go mode now. Actually, now that I think about it, we had an Ice Beam Go mode. I don't remember if it was last week or 2 weeks ago, but we had a very recent Ice Beam Go mode.
And that Robo's heading straight to Crash Site.
Yeah, without the other two beams and thermal visor, Frigate is well off, and gravity suit for that matter. Frigate is well off the table for the time being.
Just an E-tank.
Looks like Robo's going to just go ahead and just casually underwater slope jump to grab that.
The NSJ one for that is quite tricky, so props to him for getting it first time.
Yeah, this is going to be Mighty Caesar's second energy tank. Mighty Caesar just casually scan-dashed right into it. Two very different displays of exceptional movement here.
Alright then, time for Artifact Temple.
Yeah, they just picked up Grapple Beam, but neither of them used that to pick up the energy tank.
So
Right.
Artifact Temple is going to tell us everything we want to know regarding the progression here. So we could either see Variasuit pushes into Magmar, or we may see something kind of just rubbish that will push us back into Chozo.
Yeah, the elevators are not randomized in odd settings, so they're vanilla locations. And it looks like we have a Ice Beam.
What was that, Reggie? Ice Beam Go mode? We all sorted?
Not today. All right, we know one of these artifacts is main plaza. All right, so Great Tree Chamber, that's not too bad. Warrior Shrine's good. Ice Ruins East. Main Plaza, we know. Chapel of the Elders needs plasma. Elder Chamber. Wow, that's a good chunk of plasma beam checks, but those artifacts are all generally pretty solid.
Alright, so that was Main Plaza, Warrior Shrine, Great Tree Chamber, Elder Chamber, Chozo Ice Temple, was it?
Chozo Ice Temple and Ice Ruins East,
It's Ruins
which could
East.
be either Spider Ball or Plasma Beam. But yeah, there were potentially three plasma artifacts in there.
Nothing too horrible then.
Not at the moment. I think the biggest hiccup at this point is either going to be Spider Ball or Phazon Suit. Although at the rate we're going, it could be Space Jump at this rate.
Mm-hmm. Fingers crossed we do not see Space Jump in Upper Furnace.
Oh, jeez.
I hate that location with a passion.
Yeah, I've seen a weekly where runners got befuddled by that.
I forfeit my first weekly as a result of that because I completely ignored it, didn't think it would be logically possible, and it was 40 minutes still looking for my Space Jump. It was great fun.
Oh dear. Mighty Caesar is taking a quick safety save here.
So
Right, so we
Robo
know-
expect going into lower shrine.
Actually, with Ice Beam and Plasma Beam, the Elder Chamber artifact is already in play, I think. I'm pretty sure our runners know how to. I think they might just need Space Jump, but other than that, that's about it.
They can double bomb jump up the platform, so it is possible with the equipment they've got right now.
That's the wrong
Just a lot
wave.
more tedious. That is.
That's the Wave Buster. We're not looking for that. We want Wave Beam. That's Flogrun play Kappa. Good one, chat. Except we can't use Wave Buster without Wave Beam. Unfortunately.
Boots on plants. Now that is a horrible thing to say.
It's a horrible thing to say, but it is entirely possible. We have plant in play with this equipment.
That Robo's going for the extra E-tank here.
Yeah, I like this getting a couple extra E-tanks because the artifacts are all in decent locations. Like they're all in. There's none in Talon or. Mines. Now that I think about it.
Which
Oh, except Great
kind
Tree
of
Chamber, right?
worries. Like, with no artifacts showing in mines, kind of worries that there's going to be something critical in mines.
Yeah, I would say the next thing to look out for that would be a logical red flag is X-ray visor, because X-ray puts Great Tree Chamber and Arbor Chamber into play. So I'm wondering if the game is expecting some X-ray visor shenanigans to get to Arbor Chamber for progression later. Like maybe Arbor Chamber has Phazon Suit or something.
Well, our runners will be heading towards Vault to see what the Chos will have stored away for safekeeping.
But yeah, the early beams are great from an offensive standpoint. So yeah, offensively, we're looking pretty good. Movement-wise, we could do with Boost Ball and Space Jump.
Yeah, with Plasma, pretty much most combat is easy peasy at this point.
Yeah, and very conveniently, we have Charge Beam as a starting item, so... Looks like more missiles in Vault. So they're just going to waltz right by and grab their first artifact.
Yep, so 1 down, 5 more to go. Going to start heading towards Zoid at this point, Watery Hall and whatnot.
Yeah, not a whole lot else we can do at this particular moment. Just going to have to kind of walk our way around and hope we get Farchozo access before too long. That way we can just clear that whole place out. The only area that's off the table right now is Training Chamber and Magma Pool. That would be an Ice Spreader in Rune Fountain.
Yep, so that's a check we can leave behind. What I'm hoping to see is Varia before they get towards like, kind of the Zoid side of things, because that allows them to start doing kind of their magma clear.
Yeah, right now our runners are all railroaded pretty much just because of their lack of suits and ability to reach other areas. So I don't think, I think for the moment, it's going to come down to execution to see how folks progress here for the moment. Looks like Mighty Caesar's electing to take another quick safety save. Did have a little bit of an episode there in going up the ruins tree. Arboretum, that's what.
So normally what I would do in a kind of rando race setting is I like to climb Gathering Hall in hopes that you've got Spider Ball just chilling there. Because that makes it a lot easier to kind of route into Watery Hall and then do the dynamo checks.
That is
together.
Ooh, that's a good idea. That is a suit in that'd be Varia.
Alright. We've got our shoulder pads, ladies and gents.
Yes, the glorious GameCube Prime shoulder pads. You get even better shoulder pads in Corruption.
The box ones.
Yeah. Well, you got your wish, TGC.
Yep. Varia. Well, the question is, where do our runners choose to go with it? I have also just realised that Caesar is repping the fusion suit, which is great. So we're going to be seeing some puke suit in a minute.
I can't wait to see. I don't know if this still is within the realm of possibilities, but I would like to see a mod include the dread suit. Once once we obviously get to see the colors and whatnot, because it's a safe bet we're going to see Varia and Gravity and Dread.
I have a funny feeling with Varia we'll probably see Gravity might go down the route of kind of an Echoes type thing where it's more of a power rather than a kind of suit expansion. So it'll be like a Gravity boost type thing, or maybe even an Aeon ability.
Could be.
Right, so it looks like Robo's heading towards the Zoid. Shout outs to Zoid himself, who has recently announced his retirement.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, I believe during the week he announced it over Twitter.
Okay. Yeah, like a 25+ year career of and with the Prime games on your belt, that is definitely an achievement to be proud of. Definitely a great thing to retire on.
Oh, very nice dash from Robo. Well, ladies and gents, let's see what the incinerator drone has for us today. We have yet to see Flamethrower, so the dream of Flavor Win is here.
Flavor what now?
A Flavor Win. The Flamethrower robot with a flamethrower.
How appropriate. Having Ice Beam is nice for this fight too, because you only need to hit Zoid with one shot.
So it looks like Caesar has caught up with Robo. So he's making up his little bits of time that he lost earlier on for going for the the early-ish Ruin Shrine scout. So just shooting away some nasty little wasps.
Yeah, not much else you can do while you're waiting for Zoid to pop his head out here. Sounds like from the sound of things, Robo-Scout's not even going to have a good Zoid. You can tell how good the Zoid fight is when the music loops. It wasn't a brilliant Zoid, but the music only looped for a few seconds.
Yeah, shame. Nothing there.
And I think actually, thanks to Zoid RNG, suddenly Mighty Caesar and Robo-Scout are pretty close together.
Yep, only about a 10-second difference, roughly. Now, will the players diverge, or are they going to continue into the back of Chozo?
I'm trying to think which of the two options seems like a really good idea right now. With Space Jump still not in sight, I don't know. I feel like you at least check Furnace, Lower Furnace, and then after that, you kind of base on that. If we see Space Jump in, like, Lower Furnace, for example, then we can start, you know, getting a move. We can do Far Chozo pretty simply, but no sign of Space Jump? I'm thinking maybe Magmore.
Yeah, with the way it's shaping up, all we've really got logically access to is Lower Furnace. The players can decide to go through to Hall of Elders and go for the two items if they so wish, using kind of some tedious bomb jumps, but it's not logically expected right now.
Yeah, and with Ice and Plasma, both items could be, you know, movement issues aside, could be picked up pretty easily.
Aggressively average Zoid, a new Metro punk band.
Oop, looks like Robo-Scout took a minor tumble down there. Oh, well, that platform's giving Robo-Scout a little bit of trouble today.
Yep, and he's getting stuck under it now.
And like that, Mighty Caesar pulls ahead just a bit. Could be Space on Plant, Wave on Ghost. We do logically need Spider Ball and Super Missiles still, though.
Oh, Robo's not going for the Lower Furnace.
Might be thinking to check Upper Furnace and then come back. Although
Yeah.
won't be punished for it since it is just a missile. What is up there? That looks like a missile tank.
I'm hoping we get a clearer picture from Caesar's side of things. Because I couldn't quite see the flare to the missile tank, so I was a little concerned. Ah, there we go.
Ooh, and here we go. We got Divergence. Robo-Scout's going back, but Mighty Caesar's going through. Fortunately, we have an unruly guest here in this bowling alley, and we must deal with it.
Anybody scared of ghosts?
Nah, we have Wave Buster.
No wave though. We're not kitted for this. We've got the wires, but no backpack.
That's true.
Right, so is Robo going to eliminate Flagra, or is he just going to head straight into Magma? Yep.
Looks like Magmore.
Yep, dodging the potted plant for the time being.
Alright, Mighty Caesar just going to take a quick peek here at Crossway before too long goes by.
More missiles.
I don't think we have to worry about those anymore. How many missiles are we packing? Like 40s? Yeah, 45
Yeah.
each.
Right, so Robo is routing towards Lava Lake.
Is
Has to
Lava
take
Lake
the long way.
Is Lava Lake in Logic without Space Jump, or can you do it with Grapple Beam?
Eh, I don't think there's a grapple point, but you can just do it with some kind of simple scan dashes or just standable terrain, to be honest.
Okay.
But I don't know what the logic considers for Lava Lake.
Ooh, Mighty Caesar trying some, looks like some IBJ strats. Didn't quite get it. And is bailing out.
Ah, yes, I forgot. Without Spider Ball, actually activating the bomb slots is quite difficult.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. I think what Mighty Caesar wanted to do was open the force field at the very least and check antechamber and stuff like that. Although that would be pretty tough to do without space jump as well. So yeah, I think we're just going to have to leave Farchozo until later, until we can maybe go around through frigate elevators or what.
Yep, that's all we've really got going for us.
Yeah, certainly an interesting gamble to take trying to get Farchozo out of the way now when you have the chance. You know, for all you know, there could be a very very well conveniently placed wave beam back there. How's the seed so far, Diggle? It's not too crazy actually. The artifacts, well, we have no space jump, but the artifacts are all in pretty good spots. What are they? Great Tree Chamber. We've got Main Plaza already.
We
Warrior
have,
Shrine.
yep, Elder Chamber, Chozo Ice Temple, and Ice Ruins East.
And Plasma Beam was like the second item we got, so... Alright, welcome to Lower Norfolk, Magmore Caverns.
Okay, just a missile at Lava Lake. So we're going to head on through towards Triclops Pit. And see what the little grabbers are hiding for us.
They're especially annoying in Metroid Prime Pinball. They
A
love
game I've never actually played.
It's not too bad. I mean, it's pinball with Metroid Prime aesthetics. It's nothing spectacular. I would argue it's okay. Nothing incredibly spectacular, but it's not too bad either.
So Triclops Pit was just an E-tank. So we're going to go see what the storage cavern has.
Metroid Prime Pinball is actually the only Prime 1 game based off game to have Screw Attack.
We got boots. Right, ladies and gents, we've got the objectively the best movement item in the series, Space Jump Boots. Especially for Prime 1, because now we get to go all sorts of fast.
We get to go all sorts of fast. We have Phendrana access as well, and we can do a lot in Phendrana courtesy of Plasma Beam.
Yep, Plasma and Ice.
Looks like RoboScout's just going to use some Eagle Eye strategies to get that this energy tank. No need to do any Variolous Magmore today, thankfully. So yeah, still kind of a railroady logic right now, not particularly any room for divergence yet. Space Jump does help split a few things up, but not a whole lot outside of Magmore Phendrana. The real equalizer would be, the real splitter would be Wave Beam at this point.
Yeah, depending on where your Wave Beam is sitting, that's pretty much the item that's going to open up mostly the entire game, outside of some of the ball upgrades.
Yeah, luckily, actually, none of the artifacts I've just noticed, none of the artifacts I don't think are power bomb locked.
No?
Warrior Shrine doesn't need power bombs. The item below is considered Fiery Shores. Looks like Mighty Caesar's trying to get this missile tank, but having a little trouble here. Had to do some precise slope jumps there. I can understand wanting to get extra missiles if they happen to be on the way, especially since we are doing final bosses and missile combos. Well, Ice Spreader and Super Missile specifically are incredibly useful against Exo.
Mm-hmm. Right, so there's a possibility Robo might be routing back to Root Cave.
Is that flamethrower or supers? I think that's supers.
It's
Oh
hard
no,
to
it's
tell with the
flamethrower.
orange.
It's
Yeah.
flamethrower. As evidenced by the bombs. Maybe. In Magmore specifically, it's kind of tough to tell whether or not an item is supers or flamethrower, just because of the environment. Ooh, spider. Pretty free today.
Yep.
Alright, now we start thinking about Farchozo.
We now also have access to both of artifacts in Fendrana.
That is true.
Okay, Robo's now heading to Fen. Not going to do the dip to Root Cave and climb up.
Yeah, the Root Cave and Arbor Chamber are almost in logic already. The only thing we're looking for is X-Ray Visor. By logic, of course. These two can both do it, no problem. But yeah, both runners now have space jump, so we should see some things kind of ease up in the movement department. But RoboScout will be our first to Fendrana. I wouldn't be
Time to
surprised
get
if
our
we...
Parkers on.
Oh yeah, this is something I see a lot of runners do. They love to parkour up Magmore. Workstation, plasma processing, or not workstation, monitor station, excuse me.
He's getting shot a little bit by the turrets.
Looks like Mighty Caesar is electing to check Transport Tunnel A here first. Ooh, takes a lava bath.
It seems Robo's going for the potential vanilla route to Ice Ruins East.
What's that up in the lighthouse I can't see?
Didn't get a good look at it.
Ooh, Mighty Caesar took another fall down monitor station.
Yeah, looks like he's getting bullied by the turrets quite badly. But he makes it over.
Alright, RoboScout's going to get the Chozo Ice Temple artifact. Wave Beam can't be here since this would be a point of no return, so...
It can't be on Mama, yeah. Which is a good thing, because you kind of don't want to fight the mum. Especially without power bombs, at least.
Yeah, I really cannot tell based on the coloring if that's supers or flamethrower. Interesting that we have not found a power bomb yet, considering there are five potential checks in the game that have them. Can supers be on OP? Yes. I don't think you need supers to get to OP. You need you need plasma, spider ball, grapple beam, and X-ray visor. And, you know, everything you need to get to MQA in the first place as well.
Yeah, supers are only really required for MQB Cordite item.
We actually had a tournament seed 2 years ago. It was the 2019 tournament. Ooh, thermal in Ice Ruins. Oh wow, Ice Ruins East loaded.
Yep. If
Thermal
we see
visor.
super sometime soon, I think Thordis might actually be in logic. Because we have Spider Ball for it.
I think so. But yeah, we had a tournament seed where not only was Phazon suit vanilla, but supers were in PCA.
Oh, that's horrible.
And it was like literally double go, a loaded OP for go mode. Okay,
Looks like just a missile.
you beat me to it there.
Right, time to see what Findrana Canyon's storing for us. Can we get a vanilla boost ball today?
I wouldn't be surprised. I've actually seen that pretty often. Not like often like every other seed, but it's shown up a couple of times. It's about as common, I would notice, as like vanilla gravity boost in Echo. We just had that in the weekly yesterday.
Yeah. No, but
Oh,
it's the next best thing.
yep. That's all beams at 33.5 minutes. And the world is pretty much our oyster right now.
Yeah, the rest of Findrana is open to us, and I'll probably just spend a bit of time clearing it out now.
So yeah,
The only thing... Oh, on you go.
I was going to say, the only thing in particular we're really looking for at this point is Phazon Suit.
Yeah. The only thing logically we require right now is boost ball for passing through Observatory. I expect the players that will know how to do the dash, but logically basis, they shouldn't be going or heading that direction. But we'll see what happens.
And with,
Robo's leaving.
I think we can backdoor our way to Thardus now, right?
Yeah, we can.
I don't like this. But it looks like RoboScout's going back to Chapel of the Elders real quick just to double check.
Oh no, this will be the artifact that Chozo Ice Temple. I think he's picking up now.
I thought RoboScout was here already.
It was a missile that was under the statue, so I think the artifact must be on Mama Sheegoth.
Oh, it must have been Chapel of the Elders, not Chozo Ice Temple. We misread the. I must have misread the hint. My bad.
Yeah. So good.
Reminder: Prime 1 has a bit of a name problem where a lot of rooms are the same.
Would you like Ruined Gallery, Ruined Shrine,
I mean,
Ruined Nursery?
Echoes ain't that much better. We've got Ink Cache 1 through 4, Cache A, Cache B, Storage A through D. At least they all pretty much have different unlock requirements, so they're easy to make out.
At least with the Echoes ones, though, that's like a naming convention they've used, rather than just a kind of Prime 1 laziness.
Gotta stop you for a second. Mighty Caesar's got to be super careful right now, because, yeah, no Wave Beam. That would have been a soft lock. Granted, it'll sort out soon when they go to pick things up in Canyon. Also, apparently Plasma Beam breaks Mama Sheegoth.
There we go.
You learn something new every day, folks. That was a great scan dash.
So we're doing well on the artifact front. Only 2 more to get.
Yeah, and that would be Elder Chamber and, not Warrior Shrine. Great Tree Chamber. I believe we can reach both of them now.
We can do, yeah. If either of the players find Phazon, then that is them pretty much in go mode at that stage.
I'm sorry, did the sun just decide to take a nap for a split second there?
Yeah, it seems the skybox decided not to load.
I've never seen that happen before. Inbounds, I should stress.
I think that's a dolphin thing.
And I think Mighty Caesar saw that wave beam and now is not too happy about falling down.
Seems both our players are having a bit of a slippy feet time at the moment.
Mighty Caesar makes up for that with a perfect scan dash entry.
Right then, chat. So literally, we are one item away from being in go mode, which is Phazon Suit itself. So start getting in your thoughts on that one. Where are we going to see it?
Yeah, because here's the thing about Phazon Suit, folks. There is literally only one check in the game where it cannot be.
Getting the immediate biohazard.
And
Way.
and what feels like after what feels like forever, we finally get our first power bomb.
That's going to make Thardis a little easier when we get round to it.
A little bit. A couple extra power bombs would do. The possible check is Phazon Mining Tunnel. Unless you have like 13 energy tanks, you cannot, you cannot get that item without Phazon Suit. Or you have some good out-of-bounds knowledge.
Very good out of bounds knowledge. Sadly, in these settings, Phazon cannot be in the Phazon mining tunnel itself, because that's considered a point of no return-ish.
Interesting. Yeah, with that power bomb in play, power bomb checks become open, so that includes Fiery Shore, not Fiery Shores, Fiery Shores,
Yep.
the statue, and Shore
I'll put
Tunnel.
Fire Shores, Shore Tunnel for the flamethrower if they so wish.
We're assuming it is flamethrower. I could have been supers. Again, coloration. Unfortunately, we're not going to get to see what's up here in Research Lab Hydra due to lack of super missiles.
So heading towards Observatory, we'll see what's chilling at the top.
Yeah, if there is something up here, then it's logically locked by Boost Ball.
It looked like something.
I think it was an energy tank, not 100% sure. But it looks like Robo's going to just go ahead and leave it.
Yeah.
Alright, Mighty Caesar actually looked like, based on that health, cut a little close with Mama Sheegoth. I saw that gold drop get picked up earlier. Now what Robo Scout's going to attempt to do here is a little trigger manipulation, skipping around the fight trigger for this fight and the control tower. This artifact is this check is in logic with Plasma Beam, so we're just going ahead and doing it the easy way.
Nicely done.
Fun fact: this does still work in Trilogy.
A nice wee hop and a missile over the barrier gets your exploded canisters done. Just gets a nice wee refund for it.
Yeah, Mighty Caesar looking at the artifact list and realizing both artifacts are now in play.
Yeah, Robo done exactly the same thing when he got his fourth.
But it looks like Mighty Caesar's choosing to stay in Phendrana as well. It does feel like Phendrana is the place to be for just the time being, just to check labs and maybe Far Phendrana if it's not too much trouble. Especially after that power bomb, you now have access to Storage Cave.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what we get here, because anything that we find is kind of out of logic because of the lack of boost ball. But we logically do have access via the back end, so
That'd be a bit of an annoying backtrack if boost ball is actually back here. If by logic you were meant to go all the way around.
Alright, what does Research Core have for us today? Nah, nothing. We can ignore that.
Actually, given the fact that our runners haven't gone back for super missiles immediate already, given their power bomb. I would actually suspect that it probably is flamethrower and shore tunnel.
Yeah, I have a feeling it is.
Otherwise, they would have gone back for that so they can check Hydra in one go. Either that or they're just banking on it not being progression for the time being.
Now, with those power bombs that we've recently just picked up, we do have mines in play from PPC side.
Yes we do. Look like nothing in Frost Cave, just more missiles.
Yep, we're heading out to one of the worst rooms in the game.
Yes, Fendrana's Edge.
Where you want to go up, but the game says, nope, you go down.
It's almost like the game's adhering to gravity. Wait, wrong room.
Just going to abuse some standable terrain as always.
Just casually slope jump all the way up here. Very nicely done, I should stress. Oh.
And ladies and gents, we are technically in go mode.
Seed over. Seed is free us.
Does Robo identify that he is in go mode though?
Might just be looking for a couple of extra pickups just for safety.
Yeah. I would kind of want to see Boost Ball somewhere along my journey because it just makes the Ridley fight a lot easier.
Yeah, Boost Ball for the Ridley fight, and we are running 2 suits right now, so we only have 20% damage resistance, and final bosses do hit like a truck.
Yeah.
But yeah, assuming we can just get here from, waltzing all the way around Fendrana, then yeah, we've had a free seed here.
Uncle Reggie giving our runners a pass this week.
I mean, it's the holidays.
Yeah, that's true.
Where was Phazon's suit? It was just chilling in storage cave.
So we're going to leave Fendrana from the Thardis side elevator. And then just gun it straight towards the back of Chozo.
Yeah, pick up Elder Chamber artifact, use the elevators there to get to Talon, and call it a seed. But yeah, I think RoboScout might have just been looking for some extra defensive equipment, because right now we've got no super missiles, no ice spreader, 2 suits, so not exactly the best setup for the final bosses, but again, it's just dangerous.
We've got the E-Tank, so as long as he's cautious with his prime strategies, he should be fine.
Yeah, he will also be able to conserve missiles due to not having a super combo to work with besides Wave Buster.
And I doubt we'll be seeing that unless he decides to waste it on Essence for the fun of it.
Or for the simplicity of not dealing with those Metroids. I think that was an energy tank and workstation, but RoboScout's skipping it.
5 E-Tank seems fair enough. I'd expect him to be kind of comfortable on that. And the puzzle takes a bit of time completing as well.
Sure does, yeah. It's a solid, minute or so.
Yep, we do have a Mindless Seed, which is nice.
Yeah, very uncommon as of late. We have this feels sort of like a 2. Was it 2.3 and 4 that had the excessive Chozo logic bug?
2.4 was the Jet Seed generator, yeah.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, there was good amounts of stuff in Fendrana. Fendrana had Wave and Phazon. And Magmor had Spider. Actually, considering we didn't have that many items required this seed, everything was actually pretty evenly spread out when you think about it.
Yeah. I'm curious to see if Robo will climb up Root Cave here just to do the double check, get a few extra bits and bobs. Or if he's just going to head straight to Frigate Crash site for the elevator.
We'll see. Yeah, not really a whole lot we could say about this seat because it was pretty railroady until we got Wave Beam. I mean, after that, you really could have gone anywhere. But
Yeah.
the correct move, as both runners are noticing here, is to stay in Vendrana.
So Caesar's not long away from his phase on suit and go mode. Just some missiles up in Root Cave and Arbor Chamber.
Yeah, some good extra armaments for later, but yeah, I don't think Robo's going to go too far out of the way for any more checks at this point. I doubt we're going to see a Life Grove play.
Yep, so we'll be going through Overgrown Cavern, pick up a wee item there, probably check the antechamber as well, since it's right in front of us. Go grab our artifact, and then head out towards Life Grove area.
Oh, looks like Mighty Caesar is not wrapping up this Fendrana dive yet.
Ah, wonder what he's looking for.
Maybe a little more in the way of energy tanks and stuff, just like Robo Scout was.
Possible, yeah.
Because, I mean, if it were me, I would definitely be pretty uncomfortable with 4 E-Tanks final bosses 2 suits. Then again, I don't have, again, nearly as much Prime 1 experience as these runners do, so I really can't be the judge of that.
And our Robo's going to fight with Frigate Crash Site's awkward standable terrain.
Right, it is an energy tank up top and a missile tank down low in Gravity Chamber. Looks like Mighty Caesar is going to try and grab that.
Another E-Tank and Overgrown.
I definitely think you're safe now at this point.
Yeah, definitely.
4 tanks is a little sketch. 6 is pretty safe. Unfortunately now, Mighty Caesar has to roll all the way back out of Fendrana's edge. Underwater. Without gravity suit.
Yeah, and Gel Zap's getting the thing on, pulling him in.
Yeah, we don't need missiles at this point.
We're good with our 85.
85 and no useful combos. We could see in the credits whether or not that was Flamethrower, Supers, and Short Tunnel. Oh no, Mighty Caesar fell down Fendrana's edge again.
Oh dear. You want to go up? It says go down. Right, artifact number 5 incoming for Robo. And this will be him heading... Yep, he's going back into Chozo, pick up his Elder Chamber 1.
Yeah, I think Mighty Caesar just also now realized that they're in go mode as well.
Caesar will be on the catch-up. He's not too far behind, there is a little bit of grounds to cover, but final bosses can always be a bit tricky. But Caesar is doing a wee perusal into Thardis's back room.
Yeah, the thing you want to hope for at this point is super missiles, because we already know Ice Spreader is in Rune Fountain, so nobody's going out of their way for that at this point.
Yep.
RoboScout not having any issues dealing with this area, courtesy of having the having better equipment.
Sadly, no X-ray, no supers to deal with the ghost quickly, but
All things considering, the only real difference between the two runners was Mighty Caesar coming down to grab to check Farchozo early. Just turned out that wasn't that didn't end up that proved up being quite the challenge without Space Jump and Spider Ball.
yeah, I only put him like a few rooms behind. But I think the place he lost a lot of time was Monitor Station. They fell down a good few times, so that was proving a little difficult for him.
That is very true. But other than that, really not much of a difference at all between both runners. Unfortunately, Robo does still have to take out this Chozo Ghost because the doors are locked. How inconsiderate of them.
What the Chozo Ghost doesn't realise is you're not locked in there with it. It's locked in there with you.
Nowadays, and I'm curious to see how Dread handles this as well. Whenever you do see Samus in a room, you do need to worry about that.
Yeah, I don't think Samus is going to have a good time with the Emmys.
Yeah, I'm just interested in the story, especially because, you know, it's been 19 years since Fusion. You know, what happens next?
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting one. I'm trying to keep a little bit of a kind of blackout on it because I don't want too much in the way of spoilers.
Same.
But I have read the first two reports, so I've got at least a little feeling as to what's going on.
Yeah, and I do remember seeing the Treehouse showcase as well, where Samus gets the Omega Cannon, which I could be wrong, but I think that's a Metroid Prime Hunters callback. Because the ultimate weapon you use for the final boss in that is the Omega Cannon.
Yeah. Oh, Caesar's doing a wee nosy.
It was Super Missiles. Ooh,
That's good.
might give Mighty Caesar a little bit of an edge here. The big edge right now would be Boost Ball, but...
Did Caesar not get this artifact earlier on? Right.
They went back for it. This is a Fiery Shores check. This might be a check for Boost Ball, considering it's not too far out of the way.
Okay.
It's another
not just
Power
a
Bomb.
vanilla PB. Yeah, it's hard to tell what Caesar's thinking because it feels like he's either unsure on the fact he's in go mode or he's looking for something specific to help with his final bosses.
Yeah, Super Missiles definitely is a step in the right direction. The big one, though, is, like I said, Boost Ball, because Meta Ridley, for some reason, takes 50,000 damage per second to it. In GameCube.
He's just allergic to going fast things.
You know, that does make sense. He doesn't survive a fall down a 22,000 meter shaft in Corruption.
To be honest, I think he's still falling down that shaft.
He'll finally reach the bottom when Prime 4 comes out.
You see him pop out of a completely different shaft on another planet.
That'd be hilarious if Nintendo's actually has done a pretty good job of acknowledging memes lately. Like Luigi's death stare back in the day when the Amiibos were coming out.
Yeah.
I'm just curious to know between the next two games how many planets are blowing up.
Oh dear.
And for that matter, are we going to blow up Talon 4 in Prime 4?
I hope we go back. It would be really, really cool for Prime to go back and acknowledge various planets from the trilogy.
Or maybe the other planets that were mentioned in the Observatory, or as I like to call it, Samus's hit list.
Yeah, you've got the Observatory and you've got Corruption's Observatory as well.
Yeah, and the Observatory in Prime 1 does have Zebus. Because Prime Trilogy takes place before Super.
Yep.
All right, we're actually seeing Ridley fought intentionally here in the weeklies. A fairly rare sight, given the last few months. But yeah, we have to do with the charge plasma strat due to lack of boost ball.
Yeah, we just chuck a few pots of salsa at him, and eventually he'll fall.
And to answer your question, Chad, I believe the correct timeline is Zero Mission, Prime Trilogy, Samus Returns. We're assuming the remakes, I think, take priority now these days. Samus Returns, Super, Other M, Fusion, Dread. Until further notice. Federation Force doesn't count.
Yeah. Like, as much as, like, when it comes to Other M, like, everyone's had the discussion regarding Other M, but Other M does a good job regarding various kind of call-outs and callbacks to kind of the series. One of my favourites from Other M is actually the origin of Nightmare.
Indeed.
Getting to see Nightmare, and the fact that Nightmare goes missing as well. The body actually vanishes, which explains how it turns up in the bottle ship in Fusion. Which is a cool wee touch.
Well, the bottle ship is Other M. BSL station is
so it is. Yeah.
Yeah, in the meantime, though, Roto's actually done a good job preserving his health in this Ridley fight. Hasn't lost that first energy tank yet. Quite impressive, actually.
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
All right, Mighty Seer's taking a safety save, but is on the way to Frigate Crash Site. Still has to pick up the other two artifacts. I think that, unfortunately, while Super Missiles will make life a little easier, I think going out of the way for several other items ended up being a detriment here.
Yeah, definitely. And the question is, what is Ridley planning to do? We've had one dash, I believe, so far?
Yep. 2 now. This seed went by so fast, I barely have had any time to sip my soda.
Now, one of the things that I find is I like keeping close to Ridley because I feel that it's easier, A, to snipe him when he does decide to pull up, and B, he doesn't dash as often the closer you are.
To my understanding, actually, and I only learned this recently, apparently Ridley's actions are not necessarily RNG-based.
You can manipulate him at the beginning of the fight if you go as close to the wall as possible. When he comes down and crashes into the ground, he won't rear up because he's actually too close to the wall to pull back. It isn't until you blow up his chest armor that he actually creates enough space for him to decide whether he wants to rear up for the charge.
Fascinating.
I learned that one from Reggie, which was really cool.
Interestingly, the missile bounced back in a bounced back from a missile shield. That was weird.
That happens a lot. I think it's something to do with the door not properly being fully open. It's actually reflected off the door before the missile shield is fully vulnerable.
GameCube Prime, folks.
Yep.
Just
The
Prime.
game's old and bad, but we love it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Impact Crater, where there's lots of teeth, a bunch of Metroids, and a thing.
And a
We
what
don't actually
now?
know what, and a thing. We don't actually know what Prime originally was. Well, actually, it's a Leviathan, isn't it?
The asteroid that landed on Talon 4, I think, was a Leviathan. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least that's implied nowadays, given that what happened in Corruption. I think a similar one landed on Aether as well, because it, cosmic object fell from the sky, split the planet in two. Probably Leviathan. Jack was just accompanying Samus along that little track. That was a very fast climb.
Yeah, it was nicely done. No falls, no hiccups. Jack and Jill played nice. Right then, let's see how Robo does with his Exo. 5E tanks, no beam combos of major value. 2 suits. Should be okay so long as he's conservative with his resources.
Yeah, I would say probably best to conserve at least half of those missiles just in case you don't want to get hit by orbs, especially the plasma ones, because on only 2 suits, those are going to deal over an energy tank of damage.
Oh, we've got a wave buster.
You can see though that is utterly chewed into his missiles.
Yep. I still don't understand why it takes 10 missiles to begin the wave buster and then 1 missile per second. It's just, it eats up too much.
I think there is some kind of initial force blast that comes out of Wave Buster if you shoot something at point blank range, because I had a case where I think this happened in Trilogy specifically, where I shot a Wave Pirate with Wave Buster. It was at full health, but immediately after I fired off the Wave Buster, the pirate yeeted back and was dead.
Ah, I've never considered that actually.
I'm not sure if that is actually a thing, because I know in Fusion, there's a sort of flare that comes with your charge beam that does extra damage as well. So maybe that might be just a coincidental collaboration Easter egg. No idea, really. Yeah, unfortunately, Robo's now burned all of his missiles. So things may be a little problematic later once the orb bombs start coming down.
We're getting tractor beamed in now.
Yeah, admittedly, the tractor beam's not the worst attack out there.
I think the most annoying thing is when Prime decides to go for the 1-2 wombo when it freezes you, and then as soon as you immediately break out, it charges on top of you.
Oh, yeah. Alright, Mighty Caesar elected to check the Hall of the Elders item real quick before grabbing this.
It seems our third runner, Gollop, is still in progress as well. I'm not sure how they're doing.
Also, we got a bit donation. I'm just trying to count the numbers here. It's, let me see. It's a 50-bit donation from Compa Chris. Thanks for your support of the SpeedGaming channels there.
Helps out the channel, keeps this type of content rolling, keeps us here for you guys, providing content, the fun games.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot to enjoy here on the SG channels. We've got the Prime 1 weeklies happening on Sundays today, for example. We've got the Echoes weeklies every Saturday. We have a tournament coming up for Ori and the Blind Forest Randomizer next month, I believe. Oh, that wave orb is still out there. Oh, but it landed. Yeah, you can see that put quite a dent in Robo Scout.
Yeah. It seems Caesar's deciding to take the kind of the longish route back out the front of Chozo. Curious as to what he's still looking for, maybe boost?
Maybe boost, but at this point, given how out of the way the rest of these checks are, I don't think that's going to do a whole lot of good.
Yeah.
And yeah, this month does have 5 Saturdays, so we will have a special 5th weekly extravaganza for the Echoes Weekly. Exactly what, we're not sure yet. We're contemplating Bingo, but we're not sure how well developed it is for Echoes yet. We're still working on getting that updated.
Oh, that's a good point. I completely forgot this is another 5th week month.
It is for Echoes. Prime, there's only 4 Sundays this month.
Oh yeah, so Prime, when is Prime's then? Is it August for us?
Yeah. And then
Need to get to thinking what that's going to be.
Yeah, and then both categories get another 5 weeks in October.
I think the 5th week
I want to stop you for just a bit here for a second, because I just noticed RoboScout is cutting it a little close here with Exo. Suddenly down to only 170 HP. Is on the last phase here. Absolutely cannot take both of those bombs at once.
Yep.
The last thing you want to do is let Exo run out of health while those bombs are still in the air.
Cleared them out nicely. Essence generally isn't a problem when it comes to health. It's more of a matter of time.
Oh, not sure where we found that, but apparently Mighty Caesar just found Flamethrower somewhere. Probably the Plaza Tree. Yep, Plaza Tree.
Right then, so one visor, which is good. However, Essence is a little too close to our shell.
Yeah, it's not an issue for the first pool, because I think that first pool spawns no matter what.
Yeah, the first pool spawns, but I kind of like to try and usher our way out.
Yeah, unfortunately, without X-Ray, Robo's going to have to manually visually scan for Essence here, using the scan point, which unfortunately Essence is not cooperating here.
No. And I have a feeling we might end up getting pool skips, unless she moved.
Yeah, I definitely think she moved a bit, but...
There we go.
Yeah, so what you're going to see Robo here do is attack canceling, where he just rhythmically presses a single attack in order to progress the chain along of Essence's attacks. Because Essence's attack pattern is not random, actually. The movement is, but the attack pattern is not, so you can force it to move along with singular shots.
It also allows you to extend the amount of damage you get out of the pool by going for single shots as well, which is a benefit.
Yeah, though especially the way to extend pools is to do pool cancels.
Pool canceling. Yep.
Ooh, that Hunter Metroid picked an interesting spot. Unfortunately, we're back to X-ray mode. Not a whole lot of health remaining on the field here, so Robo does have to be a tiny bit careful. And it looks like he's not even chancing it, just blind firing. Did Robo save? I do believe Robo saved at some point.
He done a ship save.
Yeah, a death at this point would be a pretty huge time loss for sure. Not even just because of how long Exo takes, even. But it looks like we're going to be A-OK, and RoboScout is going to be all done here. That is GG's for RoboScout, who will finish in first place on Restream, and first place overall with an official race time GG time of 1:11:38.
And GG to Robo. Very fast seed.
Absolutely.
Nice to see one that takes this amount of time.
Yeah, no mines, no bosses.
Bazon was in a relatively...
Hello.
Hello, Robo. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
We're doing
Doing
well.
good. GG's.
Yeah. Any item requests while I scroll through the credits?
Well, we found out what was in Short Tunnel because Mighty Caesar actually picked it up. We couldn't tell whether or not it was supers, but it was supers.
Of course it was supers. Of course.
Mighty Caesar did also find Flamethrower. It was in the main Plaza Tree. We're curious to know. There was everything else except Ice Spreader. We have no clue. So
All right.
Boost.
X-ray visor was in Elite Research. Gravity was in Tower of Light. Really? Really? The one week Tower of Light have something, we don't go there. Boost Ball MQA. Oh boy. Wait,
Oh wow.
Wait, what? Oh
So-
yeah, that's logical now. You can be expected to go out the other side.
you may be expected. I think there's still a bug in the 2.6 database where, for some reason, the going into lower mines without boost is actually active. Even if you've got the
Yeah.
tools, it shouldn't be, but it is on rare occasions.
Oh, I just want to interrupt for a split second. Mighty Caesar has chosen to call it a seat here and has entered a dot forfeit. Wants to join us in the booth right away here.
Got it. Powerbomb, main powerbomb was in cargo freight lift to deck gamma, and ice spreader was in ruined fountain.
Hey.
Hey, Mighty Caesar.
Hello, Mighty Caesar.
Wasted a lot of time looking for a boost ball.
Do you want to know where it is?
Sure.
Metroid Quarantine A.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. We only just figured this out now, too, because, yeah, you both got away without a large quantity of items this seed. No boost, no gravity, no X-ray. You both saw ice spreader, I assume, in Rune Fountain, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no reason to grab that.
Yeah, we were wondering, Mighty Caesar, why you chose to check a lot of extra stuff, especially in Chozo, on your way out.
On my way out towards the final bosses, I was looking for boost.
It certainly would have been very nice, but credits to the both of you. You both ended up taking pretty similar routing. The only difference between the two of you was, Mighty Caesar, after Lower Furnace, you chose to continue on into Hall of the Elders briefly before picking up Space Jump. Robo decided to turn around immediately and head out. Another area that looked like it was giving you a little trouble today was Monitor Station.
Yeah, I haven't actually touched the game in like 2 months.
Kind of figured as much because I think it's been a while since I've seen you just doing regular races in general. But it was good to see you back and good to see you running. I think
been really
at
busy.
the end, you were both kind of almost neck and neck. Monitor Station put you a little bit behind, but I think the real diversion was a case of when Phazon Suit came into play, because that was the goal mode for both of you at that stage, and Robo just decided to kind of push on forward without boost and just headed for his final artifacts, and that was really just the kind of the main crux of how the seed kind of panned out towards the end.
Like, I tried to not stray more than like 2 or 3 rooms away from my main path. Like, the longest one was easily checking underneath Warrior Shrine. But yeah. Well, and then the long trip through the front of Chozo.
You at least got a payoff going through the front of Chozo finding Validator. So you are the most
so
valid.
Yeah,
of
I'm the
two
true
runners.
winner here, right?
Yeah, only one of us is valid.
Very true. Good old flamethrower. But yeah, actually, you were both trading places a little bit at around Zoid.
Interesting. I know my Zoid was not great, so yeah, I can definitely see that.
And yeah, you also struggled a little bit getting out of the room prior as well.
Oh yeah, that gave me some issue. But yeah, that definitely looks like it'd be an interesting race to go back and watch the restream of, just to see me and Caesar going back and forth.
Yeah, the
See how all over the place my gameplay was today. There was a lot of movement I had trouble with.
Uncle Reggie making sure to correct the runner command, because we initially were going to have Gollop on restream, but they chose to defer to Mighty Caesar today. Very nice of them.
Yes, Thank you for that, Gollop. It was fun getting to be on the restream again, seeing it's been a while.
Follow them anyway. They're practically legendary when it comes to Echoes Rando.
Yeah.
Yeah, they also pretty much tracked the entire Prime 1 tournament last year, so give them a follow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also is the main developer behind Corruption Rando, because that's a thing that we have for the last 7 months or so.
And one of the better playlists for Echo's tricks. It's not a complete list of every way to get any item, but it's very helpful in a lot of useful tricks when you're starting out.
So yeah, even though Gollop was on there, give him a follow.
So, any thoughts on the seed overall, gents? What was your kind
You
of
jinxed
final?
it, Reggie.
Yeah. We saw the comment about plasma beam at the start of the race, and lo and behold, it shows up immediately behind Hive Totem,
Yup.
Reggie doing the anti-jinx here.
and then
You then-
immediately then said, "Well, maybe Ice Beam will be garbage." Nope, it's at the Artifact Temple.
Yep, you walked straight into it as soon as he said it. You should be, Reggie. We were hoping for a long, torturous one, not a single boss. Final
Yeah.
bosses.
I need Diggleback to get some seeds. I need some quality cursed content in my life.
I really need to figure out why. Throughout this race, like every couple seconds, my SRL integration for race time has been disconnecting. So I had to actually open the website to forfeit because it wouldn't let me do it from it because it reset to to the moderator view where I'm just able to edit or cancel it.
I know that
Yeah.
I know that the recent version of LiveSplit, or the recent race time integration with LiveSplit, does require you to re-download LiveSplit.
Yeah, which I did do back when it came out. Though there might be a
Okay.
newer version that I'm not aware of because I've been too busy to really be doing.
If there is, I'm
anything
not
with
aware
this
of
in
it
a
either.
while.
If there is, I'm not aware of it either. To be fair.
Yeah, like I'm using 1.8.16. Yeah, and that is the latest version.
All right then. Well, folks, I think with that, we're gonna close things out here and let you folks get to your nighttime fireworks if you're celebrating that.
Oh,
Also,
yes.
definitely thanks to both Captain MD, the Ginger, Chris, and Op for commentating and tracking today.
Yep.
And thank you to the runners for jumping in and giving us a good, quick race. Changes up
Yep.
the pace over the last few weeks.
Yeah, we've had some really slow weeklies the last few weeks, and it's mostly been because Phazon suit hunting, or Ice
Mhm.
Beam, as of it was either last or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm regretting not doing that then, because that shit would have sounded fun. Fun in quotation marks, because I'm a masochist for this game.
I think most of us are at this point.
Also, thanks to the SpeedGaming staff for helping us get everything set up, especially with switching me in at the last minute and still us being able to start on time.
Indeed.
Yeah, this was a rare race started on time. What's happening to us?
Must be a sign of the times. Things to come.
Yeah, my presence being back around clearly has fixed everything.
Clearly.
Safe bet.
Well, hopefully you stick around then. Keep us on
Hopefully.
time each week.
We'll see about that.
Well, with that said, folks, yeah, we are going to close out. So thank you, folks, for watching. Have a great rest of your weekend. Happy Independence Day if you celebrate it, and we will see you next mission.
Bye-bye for now.
Bye, everyone.
See y'all next week.